evening. I am Maria Martinez, and I'm happy to welcome you all to the 2024 Myers Park Commencement Ceremony. All graduates here today represent the true definition of perseverance and hard work. Let's celebrate this moment with great joy. Bienvenidos a la ceremonia de graduación del Myers Park. Es un honor tenerlos presentes. Esta noche es para celebrar uno de los momentos más importantes de sus vidas. Todos los graduados representan la verdadera definición de perseverancia y trabajo duro, y espero que recuerden este momento con bastante alegría. In honor of our nation, please remain standing for the presentation of our nation's colors, followed by the national anthem. Our colors are presented by 4 of our graduating seniors. This will be their last appearance as the Myers Park Army JROTC Color Guard. Serving on this evening's All Seniors Color Guard are Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Connor Tobin, Cadet First Lieutenant Angie Sylvan, Cadet Sergeant First Class Natalie Sandoval, and the Color Guard is commanded by Cadet Command Sergeant Major Shafravium Lyles.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the brave.
Please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce the honored guests, Myers Park's administrative team, and this year's valedictorians and salutatorians. Please stand as you are recognized. Robert Folk, Principal. Lisa Klein, Board of Education, Member District 5. Dr. Crystal Hill, Superintendent. Dr. Laura Rosenbach, Central Learning Community as Superintendent. Our school's representatives are Allison Davis, Assistant Principal of Instruction, Courtney Armstrong, Assistant Principal, Tyson Jeffes, Assistant Principal, Michelle Richards, Assistant Principal, Brian Freeland, Dean of Students, Chris James, Dean of Students, Majid Powell, Dean of Students. Thank you all for being a part of our graduation ceremony. It is my pleasure to announce this year's valedictorian and salutatorian. Our valedictorian is Brooks Modisette, our salutatorian is Walker Wilson. Congratulations. Next, I'd like to welcome our valedictorian, Brooks Modisette.
Thank you, Maria. Good afternoon, faculty, family, friends, and fellow graduates. Thank you all for being here today to celebrate this milestone. When I was asked to deliver this speech, my first thought was, I'm only 18. What do I know about giving life advice? So I promise I won't stand up here and pretend to have all the answers, but instead do my best to reflect on our time at Myers Park and what makes this community so special. Our journey at Myers Park, ironically, did not start at Myers Park, but rather at home. Our freshman year began with us remote learning, adjusting to virtual classrooms, and discovering new ways to connect with one another. My brother and I would go on runs with classmates before logging on for the first block. This is when I first really started making connections. As we moved to in-person school halfway through the year, we began to experience the essence of high school life. We gradually transitioned from seeing, or hearing, each other on screens to sharing hallways and classrooms, growing closer with every magical bell. Our sense of community started to blossom. Make the park your own isn't just a saying, we lived it. Out of a student body of nearly 4,000, we found our people, those friends who make the toughest days brighter. Our campus, with its multiple buildings and the iconic quad, feels like a world of its own, giving us space to hang out, learn, and make memories. Numerous clubs and communities offer countless opportunities to explore our interests and make connections. This sense of community at Myers Park is truly unique. Whether it was cheering on our Mustangs at a game, working on a group project, or simply cracking jokes in the quad, we found a sense of belonging here. We celebrated multiple state championships in basketball, swimming, and tennis, and excelled in many other academic, artistic, and extracurricular activities, showing what we can achieve together. Our teachers and staff have not only educated us, but have also supported and inspired us, pushing us to strive for our best. Each of us has left a mark on this place, and in turn, Myers Park has left its mark on us. As we move forward in our lives, let's take the spirit of Myers Park with us. Let's continue to build communities where we can belong, thrive, and make a difference. Just as we did at Myers Park, let's make the future our own. Thank you. Next, I'd like to welcome our salutatorian, Walker Wilson.
Thank you, Brooks. Brooks Modisett is one of the smartest people I have ever met. Now, if you really want to be humbled, take a physics or math class with him and watch as the grading curve is obliterated. I agree with Brooks, by the way. I'm also only 18, and I'm equally unqualified to espouse deep life lessons to anyone. But I do have a takeaway from the entire high school experience, and it came to me when watching a movie. Now, this was not just any movie. It was the 2006 cinematic masterpiece, Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby. If you've not experienced this work of art, by way of providing brief context here, know that a pivotal moment early in the film is when young Ricky Bobby's estranged father tries to impart wisdom to his 10-year-old son by sharing his life's mantra. Now, recall that a mantra is generally a positive phrase or an affirmative statement that you say to yourself for the purpose of motivation or encouragement. So a mantra can be a lot of things. It could be a favorite quote, a power phrase, or a proverb, or anything really that resonates personally with you. In this case, the mantra, the words imparted for the ages, from father to son were, Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. Clever, but was Ricky Bobby's father right? Is it not possible that all of us can still find value, purpose, and success, even if we don't finish one race first? I believe the answer to that question is unequivocally yes, and I look to our incredible classmates for the evidence and proof to support that argument. One of the greatest runners in the United States is in our class. Does Mary Bonner Dalton win every race? No, but she's still incredibly successful and a winner. Two of the best basketball players that have ever played at Myers Park are in our class. Does Sir Muhammad and Bishop Boswell win every game? No, but they're also incredible people and winners. Our varsity girls tennis team and varsity girls swimming team both won state titles, which is amazing. And they may not have won every point in a match or every heat at a swim meet, but collectively, working together, they were stronger than any other team in the state of North Carolina. My point very simply is this. I categorically reject the use of the word loser or losing in the mantra adopted by Ricky Bobby. Nelson Mandela got it right when he said, I never lose. I either win or I learn. We win or we learn. That's in sports, academics, and in life. Compete, yes, to improve, learn, and even win, but never lose. My takeaway to everyone in this arena today is never lose, win, or learn. Thank you. I'd like to now welcome our principal, Mr. Robert Folk.
Before we begin today's celebration, I would like to remember some students in this class we have lost, but will always hold in our hearts and minds. They are loved beyond words and missed beyond measure. Jason Huff, Kobel Ishii, and Avion Thomas should be with us today. Avion was a graduating senior, and we recognize him with an open seat in the front row. Please join me in a moment of silence, to honor these students. Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome. Members of the Board of Education and other elected officials, Madam Superintendent, CMS district and school staff, parents, relatives, friends, and certainly graduates. Thank you for being with us today as we celebrate the accomplishments of this group of students, the Myers Park High School class of 2024. I feel honored to be here today and close one part of your life's journey while at the same time opening another. No matter how the park became your home for the past 4 years, academics, performing and visual arts, DECA, speech and debate, a host of clubs, leadership groups, athletics, or just high school, you have reached a moment of closure. It is time for new beginnings, and you should be proud. Graduates, look around. It is important to acknowledge those who have helped guide you all these years. Please join me in applauding the teachers, counselors, and school support staff in attendance today. Would those people please rise? Would you please rise? And let us not forget the parents, guardians, mentors, and friends who have raised you and provided you the necessary tools for life. Please join me in applauding these individuals in the audience today. So, I cannot let you go without some words of advice for your journey ahead. My friends usually boo me at this point. However, I admit that this advice is based on my own experiences, and I have only one advantage over you, and that is practice. To be authentic is tough and requires self-awareness, not an imitation of influencers or other characters on social media. Charles Cooley, a sociologist, said, "I am not who you think I am. I am not who I think I am. I am who I think you think I am." That's a lot. But think about that the rest of the day, and then report to me on Monday. We have all grown over the past 13 years, mentally, physically, and socially. Think back. What you know today is very different than yesterday. What you can do with that knowledge is different as well. I stated that my advice is based on practice. It is true, but that practice included many mistakes. Mistakes should motivate you, not serve as excuses. If you develop a good foundation for yourself, your future will be bright. So here are just a couple things to remember along the way. Your actions influence your values. Think about decisions. Always balance what is right, what is the right thing to do. And to be a great leader, sometimes you need to learn to be a great follower. Your values determine your character. What you value and believe defines you. Believe in good. Trust those who support you. Believe in doing right from wrong, and your values will be strong. Your character defines your integrity. Character is something that makes you an individual. It is a collection of actions over time. People will define you by reputation, but know you by character. Your integrity is your identity. Integrity is often sold out when your actions, values, and character conflicts. C.S. Lewis, an author, said, "Integrity is doing what is right even when no one is watching." As you embark on a new journey, your actions, values, character, and integrity are what define you to live well. You must choose your path, so do so with kindness. That's the best advice I can give you today. Do so with kindness, because kindness is a gift that everyone can give, but many choose to keep to themselves. Maya Angelou wrote, "Let nothing dim the light that shines from within you." As we end this time together and look back, I hope that Myers Park High School has offered some light to each of you that will stay with you and shine forever. As your principal and friend, I am incredibly proud of your achievements, and I wish you the greatest success in your future. You will face obstacles, have moments of darkness, and at times feel alone, but remember that Myers Park will always be your home. Congratulations, class of 2024. Your exciting new journey starts now. So, you know what time it is. It is that time of the afternoon, time for graduates to receive their diplomas. Please help me. As a courtesy to all parents and families, we ask that you hold your applause until the last graduate's name has been announced. Since we have such a large graduating class, the names are called quickly, so loud applause and cheers do not allow the next graduate's name to be heard. Please respect the right of all families to hear their graduate's name on this special day. Are we ready?
Andrew Noel Ennis. Michael Jan Lucas Uccello Pineda. Mustaf Muhyiddin Abdullah. Mason Neil Adams. Hannah Caroline Ajayan. Isabel Marie Adia. Rhythm Vrushketh Akre. Yasmin Zaid Al-Khatib. Tala Al-Sabai. Mia Zui Al-Zubaydi. Lucas Chalmers Albert. Janaya Naezia Alexander. Benjamin Walker Allen. David Wade Allen. Zachary Paul Allison. Gil Braslow Altman. John Bowman Alois. Walter Jose Amador Angelino. Maxwell Joseph Amedio. Shalana Labrie Akram. Louisa Sutton Anderson. Davis Carrington Angel. Abigail Jean Angelico. Jack Nathan April. Soha Noreen Arain. Mary Evans Austin. Whitney Elizabeth Austin. Daniel Marion Well. Iris Bobral.
Grayson Askew. Stephen Phelps Bacon. Addison Fiona Barr. Corrine Montez Bailey. Furby Beyonje. Samuel Nathan Barber. Daniel Michael Barden. Adam A. Barnes. Emery Elizabeth Barnes. Kendall Lawson Barnes. Mary Milborn Barnes. Yaleska Yolani Barron Hernandez. Sophia Elena Batista. Barry Thurston Battle Jr. Akil Nasor Batts. Miles Joshua Balcom. Kamaria Quamisha Balcom. Evan Martell Ballman. Elizabeth Francesca Beasley. Abigail Kate Beekman. Eli Billart. Ryan Christopher Bekovich. William Jacob Bell. Patton Bennett. James Hartley Bennett. Gael Guerrero Bernal. Blake Douglas Berard. Murphy Bilger. Noah Atticus Blackert. Elizabeth Gray Blair.
Unique Angel Bowler. Peyton Mackenzie Bly. Evan Matthew Baller. Owen Christopher Bonack. Caroline Dorothy Borelli. Bishop Ray Boswell. Elizabeth Ellis Bowman. Corey Michael Braswell. Stephen Carter Bridgman. Emily Catherine Breitz. Konstantinos Brikas. Charlotte Benton Britt. Henry Maddox Britton. Lucian Scott Broadwell. Andrew Michael Broderick. Carla Yanesi Brown Kelly. Alacia DeAsia Brown. Grace Catherine Brown. Noah Robert Brown. Tommy Isaiah Brown. Anna Banks Brown. Miles Andrew Browning. Haley Kathleen Brownlee. Caroline Page Bryson. Arthur Rose. William Banks Bryson.
Paige Louise Bullock. Jack Christopher Burgess. Austin Wyatt Cole Burnett. Livingston Ann Burns. Stephen Thompson Bush. Livingston Fritz Byerly. Anderson Amilcar Camaros Najera. Maeve Sarah Campbell. Catherine Vivian Canada. Catherine Alessandra Canali. Elise Cheyenne Cannon. Avery Rose Cano. Holly Quinn Carey. Isabella Castano Estrada. Hayes Huff Castleman. Elvin Jr. Castro Castro. Cody James Caton. Daniela de Los Angeles Centeno Castro. William Paxton Chalfont. Luke Andrew Champion. Reagan Kincaid Chandler. Kendall Mia Cherry. Rosa Yareli Chinchilla Arita. Isabella Grassi Clements. Sophia Marie Klickner. Evelyn Love Clymer. Ainsley Maxwell Clinton Fodor.
Zariah Mackay Clinton. Bailey Elise Coffey. Caroline Grace Coulser. Gwentavia Alicia Coleman. Nala Coleman. Kishari S. Coleman. Beatrice Jane Collins. Sydney Rose Collins. Charles Bradley Combs. Merrick Conselman. Aidan Gannon Contreras. Catherine Taylor Cook. Emerson Francisco Cortazar. Fiona Douglas Cottrell. Zachariah Nasiri Covington. Connor Nelson Craig. Aidan Daniel Crawford. Caleb Lee Crawford. Josie Coleman Crescitelli. Theodore Parks Cromwell. Elizabeth Kroll Crowther. Lily Laurel Crowther. John Walter Crutcher. Diana Fatima Cruz. Kevin Jackson Cruz Gonzalez. Surrette Murphy Curran. Fletcher Bailey Curtis. Eliza Grace Cuthbertson.
Daniela De Carmen Cusco. Robert Whitfield Dabbs. Johari DeShannon Dade. Fontavious Kaearl Davis. Michael Antonio Davis. Preston Timothy Davis. Ryan Brooke Davis. Kylie Elizabeth DuBois. Nicholas Lim Del Sordo. Mason Michael Derrico. Angel Ernesto Diaz Jimenez. Malachi Anthony Diggs. Jordan Lyric Dillahunt Davis. Ann Campbell Donovan. LaCameron Naziah Dooley. Pass Dune Bosch. Emily Marie Dowd. Robert Braxton Downs. William Kearney Downs. Beatrice Elaine Dryden. Patrick Augustin Dryden. Austin Douglas Dewar. Jalen Dominique Dukes. Logan Richard Dooley. Lucille Heffron Duncan. Addison Van Duong. Kari Ishi Durham. Dylan Bradley Durkin.
Alexander Brian Duzan. Austin Cole Eason. Addison J. Ecton. Aiden Eugene Edwards. Acacia Ashraf Elgali. Emery Jane Ellis. Thomas Franklin Emmons. Ella Lucille English. Malachi Warren Epps. Dennis Noel Espinosa Navarro. Landon Elliott Estel. Jake Rodrigo Estrada. Charles Joseph Ewart. George Mitchell Ewart. Adeze Amaka Ize. Shuyan Fang. Sarah Bennett Farlow. Carlos Daniel Fehu Montes de Oca. Caroline Elizabeth Fight. Mattia Felicietti. Evelyn Grace Fenstermacher. Sarah Figueroa Ochoa. Rosana Stephanie Figueroa. Avery Forbes Fisher. Alice Ray Fitz. William Adam Ford. Janaya Amaria Forney. Max Renaud Forsyth. Angus Buchanan Foster. Tristan Elise Fournier.
Piper Addison Frankham. Carissa Dara Frazier. Elizabeth Casey Fry. Mateo Fuentes Carrizo. Virginia Karen Furr. Asia Vizani. Ayla Nicole Gale. Bridget Dorothy Gale. David Lawing Gallant. Lane Galloway. Joshua Galvez Chinchilla. Celso Seaton Wicker Garcia. Diana Julieth Garcia. Joshua James Gardner. Gregory Kelvin Bikel Garrison. Desarian Akeem Gatewood. Santonio Javon Gauss. Mary Haven Gaylord. Henry John Geis. Benjamin Saul Genzel. Seraphim Georgiopoulos. Grayson Blythe Gibson. Cole Jeffrey Gibson. Kayla Minoko Glenn. Amaya Victoria Jamie Glover. Logan Alexander Godman. Shy Gavin Goldstein. Sloan Grayson Goldstein. Nazia Gabriela Gomez. Sanaya Yerli Gonzalez Soso.
Lily Gray Gordon. Anna Graham. Agustin del Angel Graniel Mendo. Allison Cameron Grant. Jacob Butler Green. William Hill Greenway. Chastity Monet Greer. Joshua Teria Greer. Quincy Moses Greer. Abigail Ryan Gronke. Jay Grottel. Grace Elizabeth Groves. Charlotte Grace Gruber. Margaret Ava Gruber. Margaret Patricia Grupp. Camilla Belen Giguez. Christopher Gaines Gunn. William Frank Guptill. Avery Elizabeth Gurley. Eleanor Petit Hadley. Scott Austin Haney. Elizabeth Walters Hagland. Eli Turner Haynes. Madeline Ray Haynes. Catherine Carter Gelsart. Henry Joseph Hallinan. Olivia Rafferty Hallinan. Leonardo Halpern. Lori Virginia Hannon. Hill Macon Hansberger.
Addison Garnble Harrell. Mary Elizabeth Harrison. Creighton McClure Hart. Denise Jennifer Hart. Ian Joseph Hart. Ladson Mills Hart. Lillian May Hart. Thomas John Hastings. Yari Joanna Lee Hatcher. Laura Eleanor Haviland. Thomas Joseph Hawthorne. Dayton Annie Hayes. Clara Jo Head. Jaya Lachey Heath. Angel Tierra Hefney Newkirk. Vivian Rose Hefner. Allison Patricia Hemingway. Aiden Gree Henderson. Kwamishe Jamar Henderson. Alexander Martin Hensley. Nicholas Enrico Hernandez. Irene Hernandez Asa. Jamie Hernandez Espinosa. Dennis Rayshawn Heron. McKenna Worthington Hewitt. Marcus Reed Hickman. William Bradshaw Higgins. Alexander Payson Hill. Samuel Michael Hillier. Maximilian Simon Hirsch.
Margaret Carr Henshaw. Haley Anna Henshaw. Hannah Kelly Hochstrasser. Haley Grace Hoffman. Olive Charlotte Hoffman. Matthew John Hogston. Lainey Charlotte Holden. Annabelle Elizabeth Holland. Mason Williams Holler. Caitlin Nicole Holmes. Daniel Patrick Holofchuk. William Holofchuk. Finley Kate Holtzman. Cecil James Hood. Henry Andrew Hoover. Maya Campbell Hoover. Ella Marie Hoshko. Zamarion Dewan Hoskins. Denasia Lamaria House. Traquan Cortez House. Laura Pauline Asuman Howard. Dabney Peter Hughes. Sophia Rose Hunniford. Haley Elise Hunt. Mariana Afia Hunt. Callan Elizabeth Hunter, Macklin Christian Hunter, Caroline Grace Hurlbert, Tamarian Marquis Hush,
Amina Omar Hussein, Henry Thomas Ilderton, Eva Marie Herrera, Wyatt Murr Ishii, Alexa Kate Jane, William Eller James, Nicholas Marley Janik, Caden Lee Jandeber, Miles Isaiah Jeffers, Amir Maurice Johnson, Claire Langley Kitchen Johnson, David Dodson Johnson, Elijah James McCoy Johnson, Scott Douglas Johnson, William Gray Johnson, Finnegan Garrett Jonas, Margaret Gray Jonas, Benjamin McKindo Jones, Kara Reese Jones, Geneva Simone Jones, Harris Daniel Jones, Michaela Janae Jones, Olivia Pearl Jones, Thomas Brock Jones, Reed Austin Joseph, Elena Grace Cloyce Church, Ike Cadiz, Peter Kokoris,
Devi Grace Karnakar, India Grace Karnakar, Cloud Ryan Kashi, Ariana Lee Kefalis, Lena Pappas Kelly, Shane Patrick Kelly, Arian Kuna, Coleman John Kiger, Ariana Tamara King, Charles James King, Maxwell Edward Slaughter King, Miles Ethan King, William Charles Slaughter King, Bethel Kamala Kingson, Alexa Jordan Kirshner, Marley Emerson Klein, Yuvia Knowles, Ahmad Mushawar Koistani, Gargi Kolapkar, Dimitri Kolchin, Kyron London Koroma, Emily J. Kolofsky, Benjamin Demetrios Kostopoulos, Emma Lauren Kraut, Ella Carolyn Krebs, Cameron Elizabeth Kuhn, John Stephen Kuhn, Iris Kwok,
Kennedy Reagan Kaiser, Sam Camille Lackey, Julian Laguana Wong, Christopher Neil Lambiot, Nolan J. Landrum, Lachlan Joel Lonick, Nathan William Lanning, Caroline Grace Lapham, Catherine Diane Lassiter, Laura Frances Lassiter, Marissa Irene Lastoria, Amani Lee Lathan, Clarita Denise Lolly Ortega, DeQuavion Nashawn Leek, Harper Bunn Lee, Olivia Faye Lee, Royson Diana Lee, Antonio Alexander LeMaisonette, Garrett Michael Lennon, Nathaniel Ward Lewis, Patrick Conrad Lewis, Raven Michelle Alexander, Niobe Yasmin Librato, Shafravium Zari Lyles, Madeline Marie Leinberger, Miles Allen Leinberger, Abby Mills Lineker, Grace Elizabeth Lockwood, Chastity Nevea Long, Cindy Carolina Lopez Pinto.
Berta Ulezi Lopez. Adam Joseph Luders. Catherine McKinley Luna. Yasmin Elise Luong. Tylen Mackay Lensure. Rachel Elizabeth Mack. Elizabeth Early Mackey. Patrick James Madigan. Jack Dylan Malatesta. Ace Malolo. Karis Jane Mann. Andrew Michael Manns. Lane Elizabeth Mansfield. Jackson Leonard Daniel Marcus. Madison Olivia Marcus. Hannon Smith Marshall. Maria Martinez. Marlon Martinez. Sarah Tunstall Maddox. Grace Riley Matushak. Christian Nathaniel Maxey. Jordan Josephine Mayo. Graham Charles McAllister. Kira Elise McCourt. Carter Braxton McCoy. Megan Elizabeth McCraney. Alice Corbett McCullough. Adelaide Joan Vellucci McDonald. Jahari McDonald.
Zariah McCauley. James Braxton McDonald. Kaylee Grace McDowell. Molly Burns McDowell. Charles Collier McElroy. Brooklyn Paige McGaya. Daniel Baker McIntyre. Cheyenne Gianna McKinney. James Emerson McNinch. Gabriella Taylor Mead. Matthew Gordon Messia. Carlos Joshuel Medina. Nardos Maritieb. Nicholas Aziz Mekakonian. Eric Newell Mendenhall. Sergio Xavier Mendez Silva. Jocelyn Diana Mendoza Alvarez. Edith Montrevious Rodriguez. Uma Mara. Brian Yahir Meza Galias. Jasmine Grace Mazia. Mary Catherine Mitchie. Samantha Marie Midlam. Isabella Grace Miller. Gianna Joelle Miltenberger. Kamari Cornelius Minor. Morgan Zadora Mobley. Brooks Modisett. Gavin Jack Moeller. Jackson Langley Moen.
Delasia Amira Moffat. Nasir Noah Muhammad. Stack Show Agrand Monroe. Eleanor Clara Montgomery. Tate Addison Moody. Ashley Rivers Moon. Ann Mason Moore. Elizabeth Helen Moore. Samaria Moore. Jack Wagner Morgan. Wesley Allen Morgan. Anna Catherine Morgan. Francis Alston Morris. Riley Jean Morris. William James Morrow. Layla Rochelle Muderir. Peyton Ansley Mount. Julia Manuela Moy. Braden Allen Mueller. Tucker Jane Mullenix. Maria Guadalupe Munoz. Tatum Elizabeth Murr. Kendall McCall Nader. Matthew Davidson Naper. Thomas Naper. Kashawn Maurice Devond Naper. Kaylee Lisbeth Nava Gutierrez. Kaylin Reed Nasworth. Cayman Riley Neal. Esaias Newberry.
We on no. Audrey Grace Nicholas. Is this supposed to be you still? Is this supposed to be you still? Okay. Ashley Enzbella Noguera Mora. Jaya Norman. Emma Page Northen. Ella Grace Norton. Sebastian Finn Nunn. Angelica Nuzzo. Virginia Elizabeth O'Brien. Julius R. Odom. Andrew Lewis Oliver. Natalie Olvera. William Elliott Orsborn. Natty Ortega. Jesus Osoria Moreno. Sarah Michelle Page. Jacob Allen Parison. Jayon Navine Parkyam. Julia Parrish. Adinteya Arun Patel. Thompson Sherman Patrick. Lenore McKay Patterson. Bradley Joseph Pay. Guy Joseph Picaro. Trinity Gabrielle Picross. Anna Gabriela Perdomo Flores. Jaden Daniel Perkins.
Max Wallace Perry. Christopher Quinn Patty. Andrew David Fares. Maximus Christopher Fares. Mackenzie Blake Penix. Sophia Helene Pitanaro. Sophia Marie Plaza. Joseph Frank Polite. Catherine Ann Polk. Bradley Dean Portaro. Zaquan Thomas Porter. William Obed Portillo Villeda. Yami Portillo. Sloan Sovets Poth. Sheldon Sommer Presley. Carly Renee Prayer. Anne Riley Price. Brady Taylor Primus. Mia Rose Provitt. Diana Carolina Puerto Cruz. Elena Paoli Puerto Gonzalez. Taylor Maddox Ferguson. Haley Madison Quattrapani. Robert Joseph Rabel. Mario David Ramos Garcia. Beatriz Ramos Rosales. Alexander Ramponi. Sarah Scott Redding. Kieran Adonis Redfern. Cameron Deshawn Reese.
Fitch Allen Reich. Megan Elizabeth Reef. Allison Bailey Rapella. Juan Ray Pavon. Addison Alice Reynolds. Emma Burgess Reinhardt. Emerson Jane Riggs. Ian Alberto Rivera. Benjamin Luke Robinson. Eleanor Grace Robinson. Taylor Mackenzie Robinson Wooten. Wentz Yander Rodas Gomez. Ulysses Rowanal. Jalen Deshawn Rogers.
Geraldine Rose Rogers.
Caitlin Dare Rogers. Madeline Cecilia Rogers. Eileen Guadalupe Rojas. Ladair Magnolia Rouse. Ian Edward Rowe. Camille Weston Rush. Jayla Brianna Rush. Bennett James Rumasell. Amber Pearl Russell. Ella Grace Russo. Cameron Jane Parker. Emma Kim Ryan. Sarah Sabbath.
Alexandra Levine Saltrick. Tiana Imani Samuels. Rosalind Ariana Sanchez. Isabella Lee Sanders. Natalie Sandoval Condado. Nay Ami Sane. Emma Elizabeth Santangelo. Lucas Alexandre Santiu. Leah Bradley Schacht. Jack Harris Shelble. Haley Lauren Schillinger. Ben Shaning. Aaliyah Scott. Emily May Sellner. Weston Harmon Simones. Ryan McKenzie Setti. Avi Mehul Shah. Alexis Holton Shaw. Hannah Elizabeth Sheely. Cadence Amia Marie Shepard. Anthony Lee Sheridan, Miller Jake Sherman, Marley Ann Shuford, Charles Howard Shoemate, Angie Odette Silvan Hernandez, Connor Michael Simmons, Zion Nigel Simpson, Jobinpreet Singh, Curran Matthew Singla, Harper Ravina Sinha,
Kate Priya Sinha, Walker Everett Cito, Anna Elise Arndt Sizemore, Benjamin Skinner, Jackson Slater, Hadley Ann Smith, Haley Mariah Helen Smith, Keely Strickland Smith, Mark Terry Smith, Ryan Michaela Smith, Sasha Lee Smith, Rosie Smolowitz, Sarah Tate Ling Smoots, Hank Smith, Wade Jefferson Sorrells, Suma Soy Belly, Jackson Shaw Spears, James Nathaniel Spear, Andrew Michael Stambuk, Joseph Paul Stein, Jayla Nicole Stitt, Peter Trevere Stewart, Cole Allen Sumlin, Stella Bear Blair Swain, Troy Salon Zecker,
William Cole Szymanski, Antonella Belen Tapia Silva, John Edward Taylor, Kate Riley Taylor, James Thomas Turgeson, Ty James Terumina, Grace Jean Dyson, Eleanor Annika Thompson, Harry Marshall Thompson, Notarian Jatan Thompson, Wendell Scott Thompson, Jane Gray Teetsort, Samuel Darren Teetsort, Addison Bryant Tilley, Christopher Hans Tisch, Kaustub Tiwari, Connor Patrick Tobin, Jennifer Valeska Tomas Ambrosio, Bianca Isabella Tornez Larios, Harper Grace Torres,
Noah Christopher Toddy,
Jaden Jerome Touchstone, Charlene Nee Tran, Juan Travis, Jaren Chantel Truesdale, Finley Kathleen Shearhart,
Grace Catherine Tucci, Carter Myers Turner, Eli G. Turner, Ella McKenna Typrin, Israel Uchi, Byron Jesus Amana Herrera, Carson Andrew Unger, Jabri Rashad Upshaw, Sarah Esperanza Valentin, Yasina Valuenza Morali, Nicholas Vera, Teresa Carol Visor, Demi Joanna Vlos, Tommy Jameson Wagner, Lillian Ruth Waller, Catherine Ann Walsh, Emma Henson Wapple, Grayson Jane Wardlaw, Noah Matthew Warren, Reagan Elizabeth Watson, Thomas Briggs Weber, Anaya Ramonda Welch, Angela Avery Welton, Connor James Wayrick, Jason Willer,
Talia Sean Whitby, Destiny Alasia Christina Marie White, Eric Jermaine White, Charles Friedman Whitmire, Jaden Zaire Logan Whitner, Avery Joyce Weissman, Owen Robert Wilder, Kamika Spadnada Williams, Loic Shane Williams, Porter Andrew Williams, Samantha Cress Williams, Sarah Elizabeth Williams, Elizabeth Reese Wilson, Haley Elizabeth Wilson, Henry Walker Wilson, Thomas Ross Wilson, Jeremiah Adam Wolf, Charles Alexander Wood, Catalina Lily Wood, Catherine Eleanor Wood, Mary Amelia Wood, Skylar Garnett Woods, Corey Lamont Wooten, Addie Bess Wright, Kamaya Lachey Wright, Tarun Vikram Yavangal, Fernando Andres Icaza, Liam Christopher Yeager, Sarah Yuan Yi,
Margaret Ann Yorker, Solomon Mackay Young, Anna Kate Lee Yaxheimer, Arzam Lavani Yanis, Alfonso Zarda, Grace Elizabeth Zarzor, AZ Zola,
Probably the happiest day of my year right now. Graduates, at this time, please rise. By the authority vested in me as principal of Myers Park High School and by the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction and the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Board of Education, I pronounce you graduates of Myers Park High School, class of 2024. You may move your tassels to the left or throw your caps in the air. Parents and guests, we invite you to meet your graduates outside the arena. Everyone have a safe afternoon and trip home. Thank you.